Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Seamen on Film. This is the quick reaction to the just released the Batman trailer. I guess I'm here with Andy, Joe, Chris, and Sabrina can't join us today, but she did text me her initial thoughts, which I will read later. Let's just get on with it. Andy, what's your first reaction to the trailer?
I'm still waiting to be sold on sparkly Batman, to put it plainly. Between this trailer and the initial one, nothing grabs me, so that's where I'm
at. Joe, initial reactions?
Excited. I'm glad that we don't have to see a Batman movie, and this is yet to be told, but it doesn't seem like we have to start with Batman's parents getting killed. You know, like I'm just getting tired of putting Batman back on the grinder every time, and then having to relive. Like, okay, we get it. We know how Batman started. Let's jump into where he's already an established guy, and it seems to do that. So, and I'm pumped. It looks like there's some good action sequences, and I like the guys that are in the movie, with the exception of Robert Pattinson, because I haven't seen anything that ever.
Of course, he breaks up right now.
Right.
In that dungeon.
Do we know that he's a good actor? Because I mean, Kristen Stewart's not. So, like, is anybody from the Twilight series legit?
Well, yeah, you had Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
You had Ashley Green.
Yeah, and the other kid,
Cam Jigenday.
some, I guess, whatever. I don't know. I saw him in that Adam Sandler movie, but
No, Taylor Lautner.
yeah, Lautner, that guy.
Joe, you back with us?
Fair.
No, he's not.
It's frozen again. Look at him.
Yeah. Deep
That's
in thought.
Yeah, Randall Tex Cobb right there.
His new laptop is too advanced for his dollop.
He had a hot take.
Yeah.
Too hot.
Chris, let's see your initial reaction.
I liked it. It's intriguing. I think the reason I do want to see it is because it is Robert Pattinson playing it, because it's not somebody like if you say, okay, hey, give me 20 actors you want to see play Batman, he wouldn't be on your list.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to kill it, just because people don't expect it from him. And he is a good actor. He's been in, other things like Water for Elephants. There's a couple of other things that people have seen him in. And I'm interested in seeing this one. And like Joe, I don't like the whole let's watch him as a little kid remember his parents getting killed. Although I enjoy watching his parents get killed and stuff. I just think I'm just like, yeah, let's just see him in action. I don't need all the story of Batman. The last one I think was the Christian Bale one. Showed him why he became afraid of bats or something like that, and he had
that's the last one you watched. Because the last
probably is. I think it is.
Because the last Batman was Ben Affleck.
I think I watched Superman versus Batman. That's it.
Affleck. Yeah.
That was Affleck and Henry
Then he makes an
Cavill,
appearance in Joker, doesn't he? Or something? Or not Joker, but whatever with Cholo Joker.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Cholo Joker. Joe, you want to finish your thought?
Yeah, I've never seen a Robert Pattinson movie. I don't know where I'm having internet connectivity things, and it's starting to drive me a little bit crazy. But I've never seen a Robert Pattinson movie in my life. The only thing I know that he's ever done is that those Twilight movies. So I'm not sold on the idea of him yet as Batman, but he has to be better than George Clooney, right?
Right.
Well, yeah.
Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne.
I can agree with that.
But a bad Batman, and Kilmer was a good Batman and not so great Bruce Wayne kind of thing. Was my one buddy had described it,
I think that's a fair assessment with other Batmans for sure.
Yeah.
I really liked Ben Affleck as Batman. Maybe no one
Yeah, he
else
was great.
did. I was really looking forward to him also writing a Batman movie and being Batman, because we know that Ben Affleck, one, can act, two, he can write movies.
Yeah,
You could switch it. He can write movies and then act, or either way.
Yeah.
But and I've said it before in the last podcast that I'm a Ben Affleck mark all day, and so when I found out that the next Batman movie was going to be Robert Pattinson, I was like, oh man, I don't know. So I'm not gonna bash on him at all until I'm gonna save my judgment until I've actually seen the movie.
I'm a huge Batman fan. Pattinson, like the Batman jaw is one of the features that defines Batman, and his jaw fits perfectly into like the zero year Batman from the comic books. Like, I'm big on the comic books as well, so I'm if I could use the Navy term, since this is Seamen on Film, I'm a full mast right now for this Batman movie. Yeah, I'm stoked right now. Andy, from the trailer, do you see any like award nominations? I'm seeing a lot of like supporting cast type nominations, from like Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
I'm curious to how Colin Farrell's Penguin's going to play out. Andy Serkis's Alfred will be interesting, and then Zoe Kravitz should be okay, I guess, as Catwoman. So that'll be, good performances. I mean, typically it's weird because it comes out in March, so it's not really blockbuster season. It's not, typical things, but I mean, I'm sure like it'll get costume design and special effects or something, the normal way that like some of those movies slide into the Academy. But again, you're not, some of the superhero movies are made just to make money. Like, they don't, if they make money, then that was their aim. They aren't worried about necessarily getting a Academy Award recognition. They aren't looking to screen the Batman at cons or anything else like that. It's Sundance. So I mean, it's, hey, we're just gonna put this together and make a crap ton of money.
Before I forget, I just want to read Sabrina's initial reactions.
Sure.
She said, "The car and the suit look great. Looking forward to how many iconic characters are hinted at being portrayed." She said, "Riddler and or Potts ? Andy Serkis playing a good guy ? Zoe and Catwoman's suit are effing delightful."
Yeah.
Does she write effing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it apostrophe N or EFFIN?
No, she just straight up EFFIN.
Nice.
I want to piggyback on Sabrina.
Yeah. The soapbox is yours.
The car, the Batmobile, and the bat suit. I was very disappointed in the evolution of the Batmobile over time.
Yeah.
It's like with each movie, it got worse. And that Christian Bale one where it looked like a tractor or something.
Yeah.
That bothered me. And I was like, why can't we just go back to the old Adam West blue and grays? Kind of like the Navy. We had navy blues that were black.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to the old Adam West blue and gray outfit and with the eyebrows on it. We're going to put nipples on Alicia Silverstone. Let's do some eyebrows again.
I agree. I always liked the Batmobile that looked more like a supercar.
Yeah.
And less of like a monster truck or a tank or something. Like,
right.
But
military vehicle or something.
Yeah. Like, so
I don't want a Humvee.
So like I when I did watch this, I did notice that it looks less of like some sort of treaded vehicle.
Right.
Yeah, like it's almost like an old Charger.
Yeah, but it looks too plain. Like, okay, then they put like the the jets on the back, so you know it's the Batmobile, but otherwise it's like two sleeper.
There,
I don't know. I feel like
there's speculation that this is like the early year Batman, so like his Batmobile is gonna look more like he rebuilt some sort of car,
right,
you know. So
the Joe Dirt moment. Like, I thought you had a Hemi. Oh yeah, it's in the shop getting a footprint gas pedal put on it.
And there's
the real
also
Batmobile's coming out next week.
and speaking on the suit, there's also speculation that the bat symbol were constructed from parts of the pistol that were used to kill his parents.
Yeah.
Are you seeing all this at?
Oh,
Have you been on the dirt sheets and stuff?
no,
He's just made it up.
Stole a
And
script.
fiction.
I know Andy Serkis.
yeah. And another thing that was being commented on the internets was the Batman's voice, which is another iconic feature of Batman. How are you guys feeling about his voice?
I mean, it's weird because the Batman voice has also become a caricature of itself. The like, oh, I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Yeah.
Like it's over.
I think Bale kind of ruined it, but
Yeah, he did it.
keep going,
Kind of took it over the
Andy.
top and made it, the joke. I mean, Keaton quite, is I kind of prefer when it's more subtle, but but to run back real quick to the Batmobile comment, kind of like a look at the pinnacle, more or less was like the Keaton era 80s Batmobile. It's like, it's still pretty much like a car, but it's like, done up and it's just kind of unique, but it's still like roadworthy, streetworthy, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of that fine line where it's clearly something more, but not, a tank,
Yeah.
I say we go back to the George Burris version. George Barris. Didn't he make all the cars in the 60s for all these
Yeah,
shows?
yeah.
They were all cool. And let's just go back to that. Like, is Batman going to have kids at some point and they take over and they find his whole, like all of the Batmobiles throughout time? He owns them all still.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Can't bring those back. The
So-
voices,
Adam, you had said that that this is like an earlier version of Batman now. Like, do you know where the timeline is? Because Ben Affleck was like an aging Batman.
Yeah.
And so I'm not even going to go back to the rest of them. I mean, Affleck was supposed to be like Batman closer to retirement than other Batmans.
Yeah.
Right. It was kind of,
and
in
obviously
line with
Pattinson's
Bale
a
universe.
young man. So would you say that he's been doing Batman for a couple of months or a couple of decades, or what? How far do we know that this? What do we know?
I want to say it's like within the first couple of years of Batman. Like there's comments out there that like his fighting style, he's using pipes and wrenches and bats and whatever the environment is. So obviously his fighting skill hasn't evolved into what it is that you see in the later Batman films. So he's still like pretty rough around the edges. Like I said about the car, it's kind of like he just built up a car that he had in his backyard. That's why it's not as bulky or militaristic looking. So I would say it's within the first couple of years of him actually being Batman.
Okay, so this isn't a full-on what do they call it? Restart of Batman from the beginning. We're just kind of catching him
Yeah.
after he's gotten a little bit seasoned.
Yes.
Yeah, sophomore year Batman.
Okay. Hey, I like the way that sounds. Sophomore year Batman. Yeah. I don't know how fast they're trying to move this thing along or anything, but Colin Farrell. I was like, I looked at him. I walked in the door, like 40 minutes ago, and first thing I did remember was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, dude, pop on YouTube real quick. I gotta watch this thing. I just found out this thing hit, and I need to see. I need to check this out real quick because I don't want to sound like a dipshit when I get on the internet. And so he's like, I've already watched. It's awesome. And he popped it on, and I was like, who the fuck is playing? Is that Penguin or is that some sort of mobster? He's like, no, that's Penguin. He's like, that's Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I might as well just give him the Oscar right now.
And that's
I
what
had
I'm
no
saying.
idea.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If there's any like awards for this film, I'm not saying that there is, but I said if there were, it's gonna go towards like the special effects. Like Colin Farrell's not recognizable. Like I don't even think his voice is recognizable.
No.
But I see some awards. Maybe not the major awards, but something.
Yeah.
At least get a tip of the hat in
Yeah.
the Academy or something. And Riddler is Dano. How do you pronounce it?
Dano.
Paul Dano.
From
Played,
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
kind of.
haven't seen anything of his, so
You never
I
saw There
think-
Will Be Blood? Oh, never mind. That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
I just watched him, and I think he was in The Girl Next Door's Klitz. I think that was Paul Dano.
Was he in
Was
that?
oh, then I haven't seen
No.
He was
that.
part of the tripod, I think.
Yep.
I'm
Girl Next Door, Klitz.
Was he? Okay, well, I've seen one thing of his.
he was in
I
Little
would
Miss
imagine
Sunshine.
he's related to Butch Dano of Zombievers fame, the only guy to have never held a baseball bat in real life. Because he's holding it 3/4 of the way up in a scene. I was like,
Barrel.
are you fucking kidding me?
I want to mention Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. I think he's a Lieutenant Gordon at this time, but I thought
He's
that
a
was
pretty good actor. I liked him.
Yeah,
from
he's a good actor. I thought that was a
Westworld
cool choice.
So that should give us an idea then of the time frame of this movie. If he's not Commissioner Gordon, you know, so if he's still a rank and file, he's a regular lieutenant, then okay. All right. I'm going through the IMDb page here for this movie, just looking at the actors and stuff. Is John Turturro's in this.
Yep.
Yeah. That's Falcone, which is pretty cool.
I like him quite a bit. Shit, they've got some really good actors in here.
Andy Serkis as Andy
Peter
Lincoln.
Sarsgaard.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Zoe Kravitz?
Is McConaughey in this movie? I'm not bullshitting. Like I'm looking at this and there's people in here. What I'm gonna butcher this guy's name. Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali. He played a Copperhead or whatever on Luke Cage.
He's playing the next Blade.
Yeah, he's in this. And I'm just going off people's faces that I recognize.
Yeah.
Max Carver, McConaughey, Turturro, Sarsgaard, Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell, Pattinson, Dano, and Kravitz.
Is McConaughey playing himself? That would be good.
Right.
Actually, it does say yes. It's a
Plays himself in every movie. You know?
Robert Pattinson is actually watching a Matthew McConaughey movie. It's failure to launch, and they had to give him a
Hey,
one-time
every time Failure Launch is on, I watch it. I don't know why, but I do. It's like that, The Proposal,
Oh, God.
Shawshank, you know, Dazed and Confused.
This has a pretty crazy cast in it.
Full mast, I'm telling you.
And is
I
this
think,
the final trailer? Or is there gonna be another one coming out? Like another two?
Probably another
There's
one.
probably going to
because
be a couple more trailers coming out.
if it's March, I mean, you know,
At first, I was hoping that it wasn't the Riddler at the very beginning, and it was some sort of like Cappuccino Man or something. Then I saw that there was a question mark in there, and I realized that it must be just the Riddler. Will the Riddler be a good? Is that what people want to see?
I think
if they
First
do
me-
a proper Riddler,
I think all Batman villains are like relevant.
not Clayface.
I
Well,
was just
if you think that's a guy who is what's the word I want to use? He has his self-image. He's like haunted by how he thinks about himself so much that he took this experimental thing that, you know, he's crippled because of his self-image, that he's like all of Batman's rogue villains are fucking.
And who was
Are
that
pretty
stand-up
rebel.
comedian? Who was that stand-up comedian that said that, had that Batman bit where it was like, you know, Batman's a detective. He's supposed to be the best detective we've ever seen. But it's like, have you guys seen a guy that like has like face paint on? He looks like a clown. Like, oh yeah, he went that way. Have you seen the guy? He's kind of short and stocky. He carries an umbrella and he kind of looks like a penguin. Like, oh dude, he went that way. How about the guy with all the question marks all over his outfit? You guys seen him recently?
I mean, this
Yeah.
sounds like a Pat
Just-
Oswald dude.
I just saw him go back there.
yeah, I wonder about that. Like now we can compare this Riddler to Jim Carrey's,
Carries.
to where Tommy Lee Jones says he still wants to murder Jim Carrey from working with him on that movie.
Jim Carrey played the Joker playing the Riddler. You know,
So yeah, I wanted to see. Yeah, we got Jokers, we got Riddlers, and it's like, okay, let me see. I'm tired. I think I've said this before. I'm tired of people playing the Joker like they got to make it darker and more mysterious and more mentally disturbed. Sick of it. Can you just bring back Cesar Romero? You know, where he's got paint over his mustache.
yeah.
You know, I don't need these deep dark characters. So okay, let's get rid of Jokers for a while.
Yeah.
Let's let the Riddler be. I like the Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow in that. I thought that was all right. You know, I've always thought, okay, this is Batman. I don't know all the villains. I don't watch comic book movies too much, but I do watch Batman movies. And I think Pattinson will be a good one. He'll surprise everybody.
Knock on you here, Chris. But I think that you being slightly older than the rest of us on
Scuttlebutt.
here. Oh, sorry, Scuttlebutt. Being slightly older than the rest of us on here, you didn't get to watch like Batman the Animated Series at like 4:30 in the afternoon, like right after school.
Yeah.
And that show was a huge part of everybody I've ever talked to is like, oh yeah, after school, man, I went home and I turned on like WB Network and we watched Batman the Animated Series. And that's where I got my first like real like
Kevin Conroy is
Batman 101. I didn't read the comic books. I've never really been a real big DC guy anyway. I do like Batman quite a bit. I love the animated series. I like Batman Beyond. I thought that was a really good animated series. Batman, the movies like Mask of the Phantasm, Killing
Red
Game,
Hood and stuff.
yeah, those are all really solid stuff they put out there. And Batman has always been a little bit more of a, I guess, rated R or a little bit older audience.
Yeah.
Thing.
It was more accessible because there's not the curse that you have with Superman. So
yeah, absolutely. And I've always felt that like all of Batman's villains could be good even if they weren't they could all make good movies even if it wasn't like you were like, okay, you're just a detective and you're just a bad guy that happens to like riddles.
Yeah.
You're seven, like you know what I'm saying? Like they're all like, crazy, like disturbed individuals, and nothing makes them like crazy super powerful. You're not fighting fucking Zod. You're fighting basically another human being that just happens to be so criminally insane that they don't give a shit about a lot of stuff. Penguin, more of, I guess, like wanted to be the like mafioso type of leader of a crime family or crime syndicate or whatever. You have the Joker that just wants to watch the world burn. But even that Batman with the Joker, with Heath Ledger as the Joker, that would have been a good movie if you took the costumes, if you took the whole Batman universe out of it. and just made it a guy that's a detective or a vigilante or whatever who happens to hate this other guy that just wants to like do crazy shit. You know, it would have been a good movie no matter what. And Batman has the capability of doing that. So I think this can definitely. Will it be like the best Batman movie I've ever seen? I doubt it.
They're labeling it as a detective noir movie.
Okay.
Sure.
So there's, I think you're gonna see like Detective Batman.
Yeah, and I'm definitely keeping an open mind. I don't want you to think that I'm like writing it off. Like, no, you can never be as good as this one. No, because most of the Batman movies weren't that good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Mr. Freeze. Have you guys seen that like super cut of like Mr. Freeze? Like how many times Arnold Schwarzenegger drops the word like or has some sort of pun about like chill out, you frozen or some dying.
Yeah,
like,
but that's because he's the master of the one.
He's the master of the one. I
You need
get
to
it.
kill me in the morning.
I was
You know?
watching-
He was he's trying to help with climate change, and none of you cared back then.
We just weren't listening.
Yeah, you didn't get it.
I don't want to get off track, but I was watching the last Pierce Brosnan James Bond film today.
Oh,
And the one-liners on that were so cheesy, I had to stop the movie. The one
Arnold didn't write him.
yeah.
the one with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never
Yeah.
Dies, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was like, it's not goes Goldeneye World is not enough, then yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Like,
So I just recognized what you did. Yeah, Halle Berry went to Halle Berry. We were talking about Catwoman again. I don't know if you watched Catwoman, but the one big problem with that movie was nobody knew who Catwoman was, except there was only one black woman in the whole city. And it was like, you didn't figure this out.
She was
But,
light
you know,
skinned, could have
yeah,
just
we're,
been a really good tan.
Yeah, you talk about villains. Do you think if we talk about Batman's side, do you think they're going to try a Robin ever again? And will he wear green panties and stockings?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
They did make one. They would never ever do the classic Robin that
yeah.
with tights and green and red and looking like a dork.
And
They would
and
do more
a
like
minor. I don't think they'll do a minor like him as a
Right.
minor.
oh yeah, they'd never do a 14-year-old Robin hanging out with a 37-year-old man dressed
Yeah,
in
Well, they had
tights, beating up
Gordon
adults.
Levitt set up to. They could have forayed either into a Batman Beyond or do the Nightwing angle
Yeah.
at the end of the last Nolan film, which would have been worth exploring, I think. But they just, didn't want to do that. And then, how many of you guys put any time into Gotham?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show.
It was mostly good. I still have to watch like one of the last seasons or something because like it got so bonkers, like and random. Like I had to stop for a while. But
and going along with like how they'll never make a teenage Robin in a film. Like I couldn't get past the baby Bruce Wayne like beating up adults. Like I couldn't get over that. That's the part that I didn't like in Gotham.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Into it.
So
They should have I think they should have scrapped that idea anyway
Just
and been
stick
like,
to-
no Batman at all, period. It's just Donald Logue and the guy from the OC
Donald
solving
Logue.
crimes.
The Hot Doctor. Yeah.
Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we consider Jason Sudeikis in the Batman world, and Justin Long, was he a better Robin than Chris O'Donnell?
Well, I don't know.
We
What were
talked
they-
about movie 43
Oh,
Oh,
a while back. You guys got to see that skit and let me
Oh,
know
okay.
if you think.
Is Will
I forgot
Arnett,
about that skit.
Is
Will
Will
Arnett.
Arnett in the Batman world?
I think so. He was Lego Batman was a legit Batman movie that was pretty bitchin'.
pretty funny. It was good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I would actually like that movie. And then I watched it and I was like, God dang, it's funny.
Yeah.
And Will Arnett played a super funny Batman.
Yeah.
His voice was hilarious.
Well, he's got the voice. I mean, if you
Yeah.
watch the first season of 30 Rock, you'd love it.
Yeah.
You'd love him. And then he was in Hot Rod
Yeah.
as Isla Fishers, and that was a funny role. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I remember Justin Long played Robin, and he wore the classic outfit.
And I'm starting to remember that now. Yeah.
Blame Jason Sudeikis as Batman. He's like, he makes me wear this.
Yeah.
You told me this is the outfit. You picked it out.
Yeah. Well, any I guess we can wrap it up. Any last minutes on this Batman film that's coming out?
I mean, I'm
No, I
still
think-
waiting to have it grab me. I don't know, maybe another trailer, or I'll just end up waiting on this one. But
I also
I'm
wanted
not
to
sold
mention.
yet.
I also wanted to mention the scene where they're shooting them is it's pitch black and they're shooting the automatic guns and the bullets are just bouncing off his armor.
Uh-huh.
And then as he's like as he's beating up the bad guys, the gun flash, it's becoming less and less and it's getting darker and darker. I prefer that, the bullets bouncing off his armor. I prefer that to like he's just like for some reason the bullets are just missing him. So I thought that was cool.
Sure.
Well, those weren't stormtroopers shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last minutes, Joe, about this film, this trailer.
I mean, yeah, that's about all I have. I mean, I look forward to watching the movie. I'll go see it in the theaters. I will see this in the theaters. I don't say that about a lot of movies anymore, but interested to see how Pattinson takes care of business. Interested to see how the projection, how progression. Thank you, Andy. How far he's willing to go. I have a problem with like guys that are like, I'm only doing like 2 Batmans and I'm done.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Do
do
you guys prefer like the MCU type of style that they're doing, or do you like just DC the way they're just throwing out these one-offs?
Well, what they've done is it's kind of like I never want to see somebody else be Captain America. And I imagine back in like 89, 91, 92, people were like, I never want to see anybody with Michael Keaton play Batman. But I like it when they are like, I'll sign a 10-year deal or a 10-movie deal or something, like play the fucking character and quit acting like as an actor that you're so effing special that like, this is just like, bro, you've made $1 billion off of it. Don't give me a job and tell me that I need to do 10 things for it and that I get to be a millionaire, because I'll do that fucking thing till the day I die. You'd have to scrape me out of the cowl. Like there is no way that I would ever stop doing it. Dude, I played Batman from the time I was 14 to the time I'm 414. As long as you keep giving me money. You can put a stick inside of me and just like carry me around. Yes, stick with it. Don't stop making us change characters so that we can rehash the same fucking stories over and over and over again. I can only see Bruce Wayne's parents get killed so many times. I can only see Spider-Man's Uncle Ben get shot so many times. I can only see, it just drives me fucking crazy that every 15 years we have to start this whole mess over again.
That's where we're different. You're not a thespian. You don't understand what it takes to like hone one's craft. All right. And you want to be challenged by different roles. And once that challenge is over, you need to move on. You don't want to be recognized as one. I mean, look at Norm from Cheers, for Christ's sakes. He hates it when people yell Norm when he's walking down the street.
Right.
That's what you have to understand.
Typecasting is a double-edged sword. Yeah, you can make a bunch of movie money making one movie series, but to try and get away from anything else is the hard part. Plus,
yeah,
like, superhero movies.
Are you making
the guy playing Batman?
Are you making film for the fans or for yourself? That's my question.
Yeah.
Why are you an actor? For yourself or for the fans? And if the fans want to see you be Batman for 20 films.
Look at William Zabka. He's playing Johnny Lawrence for us for the fans, and he embraces the fact that everybody yells "sweep the leg" to him when he's walking down the street.
Yeah.
He embraces it. He loves it. He takes pictures. He signs autographs, and now he's playing it in the TV show. You know, and it's like, so I know Joe's a Sylvester Stallone fan. Then with that take that he just had, he'll play Rocky till the day he dies.
Right.
And he basically 77 to 2020, he's been playing Rocky, Rambo,
Right.
and yet he won't make a Cobra 2. He just finished Expendables 4.
Dude,
I'm like-
are you shitting me? Like a fourth Expendables?
But yeah, I understand Joe's like, hell, I'd be the Terminator my whole life. It's a cool movie.
Right.
I'd go out there. Oh, I just got to pretend to be some robot dude with human skin and kill people. Sure. And it's making billions of dollars. And I think just for argument's sake, I think George Clooney's actually richer now than Bruce Wayne ever was. In real, is that
Maybe.
right? But he does make a good Bruce Wayne.
He's got all that
Does he
ER money.
He's got that tequila money, right?
Oh
He
yeah.
just sold for a few billion.
Nescafe or whatever.
Yeah, it's cafe money. It's rolling
There
in.
are actors out there that have embraced the fact that they are
That guy.
a one person, you know, they've done one thing
Right.
that people absolutely love.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I just don't understand
Your
why it's like,
aspiration,
oh, you know,
too.
I mean, I played, you know, Captain America for, you know, 15 years, but I think that I really want to try to play Hamlet.
Yeah. I hate and
Who
another
wants
thing
to
I
watch
hate,
that?
Joe,
Not me.
Joe, I'd like to just take it down another road where I think you're going towards is these people, these actors who make these blockbuster movies and make millions of dollars. And then when you ask them about it, but what I truly love is, you know, being on the stage, you know, and I'm like, I would never do a play or on Broadway or anything if I was an actor in movies where I had a stunt man and I can have 100 takes to do something. I'm like, you know, I hate hearing that crap too, or these people who win Tonys and that's their life. And I'm just like, you know what? No.
So stupid. Don't lie to me. Don't act
It's like, oh yeah, I like being on Hollywood Squares. No, you don't. When you go on those game shows, your career's over.
Yeah, I wanted to Dance with the Stars next.
Yeah.
Really? That's what you want to do?
All right,
No.
gentlemen. Hey, Andy, you want to close us out with the next movie club day?
Well, I mean, you know, we have beginning of the month of November will be the episode on Christine, the Stephen King, John Carpenter classic. You know, so all you Mopar fans, come on out. For
The movie
Plymouth
should have been
Fury.
called. It should have been called Plymouth Fury. You're right.
Maverick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Join us next month when we discuss the 1983 film Christine. Say goodbye, everybody.
Do we have an actual date for that we're doing? Is that
November
like
1st.
7th?
November 1st, tentatively scheduled.
Is that Monday? Or is
That's
that
Monday.
just okay? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Monday, November 1st. Christine, let's get it.
All right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Take it easy, y'all.
Later.
Mission to go ashore.